The following is a presentation of KBEK Sports, local sports.
Past the 25, to the 20, to the 15, he's going to high step into the end zone, touchdown!
Pair of wide receivers split each side.
He's still going into the end zone.
East Central Minnesota, the action starts now. To bring you the call, here's Ethan Game Day Gilman.
And good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to Caswell Park in Mankato, Minnesota for today's Class 3A third place game between the Mankato East Cougars and your Chisago Lakes Wildcats. I'm Ethan Game Day Gilman, and thanks so much for tuning in here today, listening live on 95.5 FM KBEK, or listening on our YouTube at Q Media Sports. Whether you're listening or, well, I guess you'd technically be watching, but also listening on our YouTube, be sure to like and subscribe to the YouTube channel. That way you are notified every time we go live with a sporting event. So hit that red subscribe button, and that way you will be notified. And all you have to do is click that notification. It will take you right to the live video or audio. Also, here on 95.5 FM, whether you're in our listening area range, it's a pretty big range, by the way, but if you're not in the listening area, you can listen to us wherever you go. You can take us with you anywhere, whether it be out of state, Minnesota, the Dakotas, Iowa, or California, Texas, or even overseas. You can take us wherever you go in the palm of your hand. Yes, you can download our Nice 95 app free in the Apple Store or Google Play. Be sure to download that and take us with you wherever you go. Again, overseas, out of state, just out of our listening area, and you still want to listen, doesn't matter. Take us with us wherever you go with the Nice 95 mobile app. It is free, again, in the Apple Store or Google Play. Again, we're out here at Caswell Park, beautiful Caswell Park. I've called, what now, 1, 2, 3, about 4 games. I think this will be the 5th game I've called here in the last day, in the last 24 hours. So, but I'm so excited to be out here and be a part of this. This is such a fun atmosphere. It's a fun spot to be. Mankato had some great weather yesterday. 75. I think it touched 80. I think it did. 80. I got a little sunburn too, which is nice. I was looking to get a little tan, so I got a little sunburn going yesterday just from sitting out in the sun. Literally no clouds yesterday, so it was really nice to stay out in the sun. I got to sit in the sun, ladies and gentlemen, for 8 hours, and all I had to do was sit and talk about sports. Yeah, I know you're jealous. Be jealous. No, I'm kidding. But it's another great day for some softball. It's not super hot, but it's warm enough, and, man, I will take this all day long. 75 is the current temperature right now with a high of 77. We've got a light breeze of about 6-7 miles an hour as we get set for this Class 3A third-place matchup between the Mankato East Cougars and the Chisago Lakes Wildcats. Taking a look at the state tournament and how these two teams got here. Well, for Chisago Lakes, they were the number 2 seed coming in. Mankato East was the number 1 seed. Yeah, the 1 and 2 seeds went down. You don't see that every year. In fact, it's kind of rare. But Chisago Lakes beat the first team, Benilde St. Margaret's, in 5 innings, 13-3. They went up 12-2 in the 4th after an 8-run inning off of 6 hits. But then they came back in the 5th, did Benilde St. Margaret, and scored 1 run. And then Chisago Lakes scored the 1 run that they needed in the bottom of the 5th to make it a 10-run rule in the 5th. For Mankato East in the quarterfinals, they were able to beat Simley 4-1. Now, Mankato East, the defending state champs, they came in as the number 1 seed. Not surprised. It's basically a home game for them here in Mankato. But then, in the semifinals, Chisago Lakes played Byron. And Byron, man, they when you watch them play, it's almost like watching like a team destined to win the state title. Just the way they played, just the attitude they have, the confidence they have, the tenacity they play with, that might be a team destined to win the state tournament. But we also got another team to talk about that might be destined. But Byron did beat Chisago Lake 6-4. It was 6-1 going into the bottom of the 7th. Chisago Lake scored 3 runs in that bottom of the 7th, and it was like, okay, if they get one more, it's like it's destined. They're destined to make that comeback, and they were so close. They with 1 out, they got those 3 runs, and they got an out, and unfortunately another out, which wound up ending the game. So, unfortunately there, for the Wildcats. They fall in that one, but that puts them in the third place game against Mankato East, who fell to Ricori 2-0, who was the number 5 seed. It's just crazy to think that the 5 and 6 seeds are in the state championship game. That is just, in my opinion, crazy, but it's also kind of cool to see that we've got, lower seeds being the top 2 teams at the state championship game. But that's how these 2 teams got here. Again, Ricori kind of playing like a team of destiny as well. They beat Becker in the quarterfinals after 14 innings. Just crazy to think about. So we are getting set for the first pitch here in this third place game between the Chisago Lakes and the Mankato East Cougars. It should be a good one. I'm excited. And shortly after this one begins, we will have Braham be playing on this very station and 106.5 FM AM 1350 WCMP. So we're going to have an overlap a little bit, but I promise anyone waiting for Braham to play, I will be over there as soon as this game ends. So we are going to be a little bit behind on the Braham start, but I promise you, as soon as this game's done, I will be getting over there. So I'm excited. Never had a situation like this, but another chance to just go out and try and attack and do the best I can. We're going to get our starting lineups here for Chisago Lakes and Mankato East, so we're going to take a quick commercial break.
Honeymoon, here we come. Where's our car?
It's been stolen.
We'll call our insurance agent. I'm right here.
Oh, hey, Jen. You got our invite.
Love the dress.
Are we covered for this?
Of course. That's why you chose auto owners. We work together to get the right coverage. So when the unexpected happens, you know you're covered.
That's simple human sense.
Your local auto owner's agent is Pine Insurance Agency. Visit them at pineagency.us today. pineagency.us.
Embrace Orthodontics offers a unique specialized approach to orthodontic treatment with custom braces or Invisalign. The team at Embrace loves getting to know their patients personally and takes the time to make sure all your questions are answered. Their board-certified orthodontists use only the latest in modern technology to give you the best outcome possible. They work with your insurance company and offer flexible financing options to fit your budget. Call today to set up your free exam and see how Embrace Orthodontics can transform your smile. More online at embracemn.com. That's embracemn.com.
Whether you're trying to stay loose or just trying to tweak your swing, here's the pitch in North Branch is the area's premier batting cage. Get in for some swing time with their top machines or bring the whole team to the 4,000 square foot practice space. Here's the pitch in North Branch. Air conditioned. Top of the line. Local. Find Here's the Pitch off I-35 in the North Branch outlets.
Minnesota Twins baseball.
Twins 2, Blue Jays nothing, 9th inning. The 0-2 to Varsho. He struck him out! Twins win! Twins
Every
win!
hit, home run, or strikeout on the boat, on the lawnmower, or at work, all the action is right here.
This is Royce Lewis.
This is Ryan Jeffers. Hey, Twins fans, this is Rocco Baldelli. You can catch Twins baseball all season long right here.
The Twins!
On Cool Country 100.9 WCMP.
A Lennox air source heat pump is a high-efficiency air conditioning unit that can also heat your home or business during the spring and fall. It's more economical than heating with propane. Have Dale's Heating and Appliance install your Lennox air source heat pump. Ask Dale's how you can receive up to $1,000 in rebates for your air source heat pump system. And ductless mini splits also qualify for up to $1,000. Visit dalesheatingandappliance.com. Conditions apply. See dealer for details.
The mushroom melt is back at A&W. How does this sound? Sautéed seasoned mushrooms and onions with melted Swiss cheese on your choice of a juicy burger or grilled chicken. Then add golden French fries and a medium soft drink. It's the mushroom melt and fries combo at A&W. Now, top it off with a classic A&W root beer float featuring vanilla soft serve and made fresh root beer, all in a frosty mug. Or how about the A&W root beer freeze? Signature combos and delicious treats always at your local A&W restaurant in Pine City.
Back here on Nice 95.5 FM, KBEK, getting set for this Class 3A third place game, and just after this, the Class Single A third place game. But this one, the Class 3A third place game between the Mankato East Cougars and your Chisago Lakes Wildcats. Anything Game Day Gimlin, thanks so much for tuning in. Should be a good one here. You've got the defending state champs and a newcomer to the state, well, not newcomer to the state tournament, but this year they're, we'll just go with representing Section 7-3A just to make it easy for myself because I'm an idiot. But getting ready for first pitch here at Caswell Park as I'm getting the lineups written down. Can't multitask. I'm just not that good, not that talented. But as I get these written down, I buy myself some time. Because again, I'm a man and I can't multitask. But Chisago Lakes will be batting first as they are the designated away team, so they will be getting their offense at the plate first. And I think just based off what I seen yesterday, this to me may be a good thing. I think it's a good thing for Chisago Lakes to get to the plate first because, yesterday we seen against Byron. They got off to a little bit of a slow start there in that game, and I think for them, if they can get up at the plate and get things going early, I think that bodes well for them. I think that just kind of, in my opinion, just gives them the advantage, I think. But again, that's my opinion. It doesn't mean that is true by any stretch of the imagination, but that's just kind of how I feel about it. So we'll see if that is true, but I don't know. I feel like that's the case. Well, only time will tell, I guess. We will find out here in just a little bit. On the mound, or in the circle rather, pitching for the Cougars is Kylan Stengel. Then is her sister catching, Harper Stengel. Over at first for them is number 13, Ella Fugazi. Then at second, it is Carly Wendinger wearing number 9. At third, it's Jada Swalve wearing number 5. And at short, it's number 1, Emily Hacker. In the field in left, it's Hudspeth wearing number 12. In center, Kaylin Kapsner wearing 3. And in right, it's Kenley Staunton wearing number 10. So that is how they line up defensively. As we will see the Wildcats again at the plate first. And leading it off for them is number 3, Jessica Diddle. So Diddle will lead it off for the Wildcats. Then it will be Jessa Laritz. And then the pitcher, Anna Zaruba. That will be the first 3 due up for your Wildcats. And here we go. Jessica Diddle will lead it off for the Wildcats here. First pitch is low for ball 1. So ball 1 here for Diddle. The 1-0 on the way from Stengel. That one swung on and hit up towards straightaway center. She calls everybody off and makes the grab for out number 1. 1 down now for the Wildcats here at the beginning of this one. And Jessa Laritz stepping to the plate. One down already. And here's the pitch from Stengel. Swing and a miss from Laritz. She wanted to give that one an absolute ride, but just missing on it for strike 1. Showing bunt, tries to bunt it down that third base line, but it will instead go foul back behind the plate. Well, adjacent to it, I guess. And now the lefty Laritz will try to do it again with an 0-2 count. 1 down, and she'll have to swing away here with 2 strikes. Here's the pitch from Kylan Stengel. Outside for ball 1. Good eye there from Laritz. That's not an easy one to not swing after, especially down 0-2, but she does a good job not swinging at one outside the zone. Here's the 1-2 from Stengel. And swing and miss there from Laritz for out number 2. So 2 down now for the Wildcats. They have not yet put one in play, but here comes Anna Zaruba. And if you're looking to try and get things started, Zaruba is a good one to do just that. She had a decent day yesterday. Obviously not a day that I think that it won't be a day that she'll forget, but I think she would have liked to have done better representing the team at the state tournament. Here is strike 1, though, as that one is in there, just below the letters. So 0-1 count now, and Kylan Stengel with the pitch. That one is swung on, and that is down the first base line into right field, fair. And Anna Zaruba with the 2-out single. Well, like I said, not a day that she'll forget because it was the state tournament, but I think she would have liked to have done better. And, man, you got to give it to your pitcher, your starting pitcher. That is a huge, huge hit. Coming into courtesy run for her is Brenna Tui. I apologize. Sometimes my brain, ladies and gentlemen, it might have been melted yesterday by the sun. So now at the plate is Milana Larson. She had a grand slam in their game against Benilde St. Margaret. He had 5 total RBIs in that game. So with 2 down and a runner at first, Kylan Stengel with the pitch to Larson. Half swing, but did not go around. Did Larson, and it's ball 1. Got 4 different games going on at the same time. All, I think, 2 third place and 2 consolation championships. Meanwhile, the 1-0 to Larson is a tad inside. She gives it a hit, but it goes foul behind the plate. Wildcats will wear their all-white uniforms, the green letters and numbers outlined in that Wildcat gold, the green socks. Mankato East in their all-black uniforms, the white letters outlined in yellow, the yellow numbers outlined in white. The black, or the white belt as well. Ooh, Larson swinging at this one and missing. That's a good-looking pitch from Stengel, but that is certainly one Larson would like to have back because, man, if she gets a piece of it, see ya. Wildcats also wearing the green belts as well, part of their unis. So 1 ball, 2 strikes now for Milana Larson. 2 down, runner at first, and here's the pitch from Stengel. Swing and a miss on that one from Larson, and that is out number 3. 1 hit and no runs, no errors from Mankato East. And we move now to the bottom of this first inning. That's tough there for the Wildcats. Not ideal start, but you know what? You did get a hit. You got a runner on, and sometimes that's all you need. Because sometimes in a game, especially at the state tournament, there are definitely nerves, and I think sometimes that we forget that there are a ton of nerves that go into something like this. So to get a base hit for a team, I think, is huge. Now for the Wildcats, how they'll line up pitching in the circle is again Anna Zaruba. Then Rylan Shepik will catch for her. Over at first, it's number 19 Aubrey Perry. At second, it's Jessica Diddle. At third, it's Milana Larson, and at short, it's Kaylee Larson. And then she'll wear number 20. Yes. Kayla Larson, I apologize. Can't read my own writing. Kayla Larson. And then in the field, in left, it's Jesta Laritz. In center, it's Chloe Ruza. And in right, it's Annika Smith. That is how they will line up defensively for the Wildcats. Not a bad day yesterday. Again, got out in front of Benilde and then gave up a couple runs. Came back. It was a tough, I think, what was it, third inning, second inning, something like that, in that first game against Benilde, and then really turned things around in the next few innings defensively. Offense kind of late to the party, but once they got to the party, man, whew, like I said, that 8-run fourth inning off of 6 hits, and they were quite literally off and running after that point, and then allowed the 1 run in the 5th, and then in the bottom they scored it back to make it a 10-run rule game, winning it 13-3 before falling to Byron 6-4. Leading it off for the Mankato East Cougars is number 3, Kylan Kapsner. A lefty. We've seen a lot of lefties here at the state tournament. Pretty cool. Pretty cool. The first pitch from Zaruba is outside ball 1. Maybe a little bit high. 1-0 now for Kapsner. The 1-0 from Zaruba, showing bunt, pulls back, and again is outside, missing for ball 2. Zaruba, not easy to be a pitcher, but to also go in and then be a batter and it's not easy to do it as well as she does it either. Meanwhile, this next pitch is in there for strike 1. 2 balls, 1 strike to the leadoff batter, Kapsner. And the pitch. Swing and a miss on that one. Kind of a hack as she was running out of the box, trying to push it opposite field. But missing on that one. It's now an even 2-2 count for the leadoff batter. Here's the pitch. Swinging and missing for out number 1. Well, that's a confidence boost defensively. You get the first out as a strikeout. So I feel like for Zaruba, she has such a nonchalant demeanor. Kind of just doesn't get too high, doesn't get too low, just stays even keel. And you gotta, for a pitcher, that is so key. But it's really kind of that way for the whole team, and that's what I think for Zaruba. This is good for her, but I think it also kind of permeates then from her throughout the rest of the team. So for her to get the confidence early on, that is huge. Meanwhile, now Kenley Staunton to the plate. She watches one inside, but clips a piece of the zone for strike 1. So 0-1 now, and the next pitch is swung on and fouled down the third base line. It goes actually out of play. So 0-2 now for Kenley Staunton, the number 2 batter for the Cougars today. Here's Zaruba with the pitch. That's in there, strike 3, and she'll go down looking. Back-to-back strikeouts now for Zaruba. Pretty good start. Kylan Stengel now. We'll see a pitcher versus pitcher duel. Last time we seen this at the top of the inning, it was Zaruba getting a base hit down the right field line. So Stengel would obviously love to match that, but Zaruba would love to get an out, and she's going to, yes. It was hit to third. The throw to first was a little bit high, but she brings it down and steps on the bag for out number 3. No hits, no runs, and no errors for the Wildcats. And we move now to the second inning. Well, pretty good first for both defenses. And the Wildcats take their team back towards the plate to try and get things going offensively. It'll be the 5, 6, 7 batters due up. That's Annika Malchow, Rylan Shepik, and Aubrey Perry. That will be due up this inning for the Wildcats. Of course, Chisago Lakes, home to our very own morning show host on 100.9 FM, Joshua Miron. Lives actually on the south side. He talks plenty about it, so I can say it. But yeah, when you're that famous, you get a lake home. You know, it's hard. It's hard knock life for him. Being so famous and having to live on a lake, wouldn't want to be him. Here in this one, Chisago Lakes, by the way, is also just a beautiful area. Got in our local listening area, man. I tell you what, there are many better places to live. It is beautiful. The lakes, the people, houses, the towns. I mean, just got some great areas up in our listening area. Now leading it off is, again, Annika Malchow. This one is swung on and hit back into the netting for a foul ball. Stengel readies. Here's the 0-1 pitch. Malchow swinging at one low in the zone for strike 2. So now 0-2 for Malchow, and the battle here on this third pitch of the inning. That one swung on, hit right to the first baseman. She picks it up on the hop and steps on the bag for out number 1 unassisted. So now one down for the Wildcats. And to the plate is the catcher, Rylan Shepik. And the first pitch to Shepik on the way. Ooh, Shepik got those shoulders twisting as if she was going to swing, but she checks it and holds off as that one is ball one high in the zone, that rising fastball. We've seen that one not just from Stengel, but from a lot of different pitchers. Not been able to be hit here at this state tournament, but a lot of times it's been rising so high that a lot of players shouldn't be swinging at it, and Shepik now does a good job of laying off of two of them straight in a row to make it a 2-0 count. Stengel readies and the 2-0 on the way. And Shepik gives this one a ride into the netting behind home plate. And now that'll make it 2 balls and 1 strike. We have a bunch of different teams. What is it? 2 per class, and there's 4 classes, so 8 different games going on here today. As a swing and miss there from Shepik evens up the count. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Yeah, 8 different games going on here as part of Consolation Championships and third place games. State championships are tomorrow at Jane Sage Cowles Stadium on the campus of the University of Minnesota. Shepik gives this one a ride, but it is popped up, and the second baseman will grab it for out number 2. 2 down now for the Wildcats, and to the plate is Aubrey Perry. Here in the top of the second. I know the screen says first, but I promise it is the second. I am not that brain dead yet. Keyword yet. Aubrey Perry at the plate. That one is low for ball 1. One 1-0 count here for Perry. 2 down and nobody on. That one is swung on and missed for strike 1. So it's an even 1-1 now for Perry. The next one is swung on and fouled once again into the netting behind home plate. So that'll make her count 1 ball, 2 strikes. Again, 2 down here, top of the second. Again, great atmosphere here. Just seeing all the teams, all the people here. It's obviously similar to the baseball state tournament, but man, being outside and in the state tournament is awesome. A pitch, and Perry swings and misses, and that's going to do it for the top of the second. So no hits, no runs there for the Wildcats, and no errors by the Cougars in this battle of the Big Cats. Which I think a Wildcat is more or less resemblant of a lynx or a bobcat, I would think. Or maybe there is just a straight-up wild cat. I don't know. Maybe that is a different species of the big cats that I don't know about. But I'm a cat person, so if that tells you anything. Getting off the random trail, we'll get to the bottom of the second. No score here in this one as we are in the bottom of the second inning. For Mankato East, it's the 4, 5, 6 batters due up. Emily Hacker, Jada Swalve, and Carly Wendinger. What a last name, by the way, for softball, especially Wendinger. I mean, you hit dingers in baseball and softball, so have a last name of Wendinger. I think that's pretty cool. But again, Zaruba in the circle has done a really good job here at the state tournament. This Wildcat seems, you know, they do have some seniors that they will be losing. Like Chloe Ruza is one of them, their center fielder. Anna Zaruba, their pitcher. You know, Addison Turner, as well as Milana Larson. So you've got your big hitter and your starting pitcher that you lose, plus your starting center fielder, if I could talk. So you are losing some key players here for this team, which is unfortunate. But it's a young core of girls that you've got around them. So I don't know. My personal opinion, I think they'll be back. I think they could represent this section once again next year. But of course, North Branch is also, I think, pretty young, and so you've got some teams here in this class that no doubt we'll see again next year in Class 3A. We've got somewhat of a conversation going on between the umpires here on first base line. Not quite sure what the conversation is. Obviously, I can't hear. I'm up on the tower here in the center of all the fields. They got a great setup here for that. Got this building really in the middle of all 4 fields to where each of them have kind of like their own balcony, if you will. There's, 1, 2, 3, 4 balconies that kind of branch out to each field. So, again, not quite sure the conversation happening. Going to go and talk to now the Mankato East coach. I'm really confused. So well, if I'm seeing it right, Malchow has now moved to catcher. I think there was some conversation as to if the substitution was allowed. I'm not quite sure. I'm also not sure if Rylan Shepik is hurt or not. We'll see. Okay. Thank you. So it is Aruba at the plate, or in the circle, and first pitch here to Emily Hacker is swung on and kind of a half swing, but it is fouled down the first base line. Again, it is Annika Malchow at catcher now. Again, hopefully everything's okay with Shepik. Here's the pitch. This one swung on and lifted out towards left center. Left fielder on it and falling to her knees to make the grab, but holds on for out number 1. So 1 down. She had to corral it, but manages to keep hold of it for the out. Now to the plate is Jada Swalve. Here's the pitch. That one swung on and hit to the gap in right. It's going to get down, and a sliding stop by the right fielder, but she can't corral it, and then the throw to second not going to be in any sort of time. So that is going to be a base hit, and it will actually be a double for Swalve. Now at the plate is Carly Wendinger. If there was an all-tournament team for names, she has to be tops. She really does. I know they do the all-tournament hair team for hockey. She has to be all-tournament team for her last name. It's an awesome last name. Meanwhile, the pitch is in there for strike 1 to Wendinger. 1 down, runner at second for Mankato East. Zaruba readies, and here's the pitch. That one swung on into foul territory down the first base line, and unable to get there in time was Jessica Diddle. I just don't think she had I mean, when you're looking up, you're almost staring directly into the sun where she was, so there's a chance that she probably could not find it. She was on it. She almost had it, but I think at the last second, the sun just kind of blinded her, honestly. 0-2 count for Wendinger. Zaruba readies. Here's the pitch. Ooh, just off the plate for ball 1. A good pitch there by Zaruba. That's one where if you throw that later in the game, that's probably going to be swung on and missed, but this time Wendinger not offering at it. So again, another pitch for Zaruba, 1-2. That one swung on and fouled out of play. Into the stands, and a young man grabs it. So the count remains 1 ball, 2 strikes for Wendinger. Zaruba readies. And the pitch. Right back at the pitcher. She drops it with her glove. Throws it on to first in time for the second out. Woo! I thought she was going to hold on for the out, but hey, knocking it down and making the play yourself, still not bad. That is not easy to do, ladies and gentlemen. That takes a lot of quick twitch ability. I wouldn't be able to do it, that's for sure. So now 2 down, runner at second. Ella Fugazi at the plate for the Cougars. And Zaruba with the pitch. That winds up just high, above the letters for ball 1. 1 ball, no strikes for Fugazi. Here's the 1-0. That one swung on, and the shortstop with the grab for out number 3. Well, 1 hit, but no runs for Mankato East, and no errors there by Chisago Lakes. And we now head to what will be the 3rd inning of play between these two teams in this Class 3A third place game here at Caswell Park and Mankato. We'll be back after a quick word from our fine sponsors here on KBEK.
Aurelius Manufacturing has been providing innovative solutions to customers since 1926. Specializing in the production of custom welded hydraulic cylinders for over 40 years, our focus is on providing value to customers through innovative problem solving, quality workmanship, and customer service. Our team works with your team to develop designs that provide the most value for your application. We leverage technology and craftsmanship, turning designs into finished products quickly and accurately. Aurelius Manufacturing is a proud sponsor of the Braham Bombers.
Those Braham Bombers will be playing around 1:30 in their third place game for Class Single A. We will have that one. We might be late. We might not get first pitch for you just because of this game starting at 12:30, but I promise you we will be there to call that game. So whether we're late or we're just on time, no matter what, we will be there to call that game. It is just on the field, quite literally, diagonal behind us on field 4. So we will be there to call that game whenever this one is wrapped up. So unfortunately we won't get a post game after this one, but we will talk about both at the end of the Braham game. Leading it off for the Chisago Lakes Wildcats, that's the town ball team. The Wildcats is Annika Smith, and she watches this one for ball 1. And we do have town ball on our stations as well, so if you're looking for some town ball, we do broadcast that as well. That'll be into full swing next week. Ooh, this one inside for ball 2. Smith jumps out of the way. Jumps backwards and does just miss that one. So 2-0 now for Annika Smith. 2 hits total in the game, 1 for each side up to this point. And that one's going to be right down Broadway for strike 1. 2 balls, 1 strike for the leadoff batter, Smith, as the Wildcats try to get their second base runner, but to get the first base runner into scoring position for them. 2-1 on the way. Swing and a miss for strike 2. Well out in front of that one was Smith, and that'll even up the count. 2 balls, 2 strikes as the leadoff batter, but you're getting Kylan Stengel to throw a few more pitches here, which I think is key. Here's the pitch. Ooh, and that one jammed her up. Yeah, she was kind of swinging almost whatever the pitch was, and that one was well inside, jammed her up. She couldn't even make contact with it, and it is out number 1. That's just a really good pitch there from Kylan Stengel. That'll be something that the Wildcats talk about and say, hey, next time we gotta hold off on that one. That one's well inside. Chloe Ruza to the plate. The pitch outside for ball 1. The atmosphere here still got this place full. There are a few open spots. So if you're down in the Mankato area and you haven't made it yet, there are only a couple open spots I'd get here. This pitch to Ruza is swung on out to right center. And the center fielder under it grabs it for out number 2. Well, now a quick 2 outs after a good battle in the first at-bat, but out number 2 was quickly come and gone, and we're back to the top of the order for the Wildcats to Jessica Diddle. Now let's see if she can't get something going. Yesterday, she had a decent day yesterday, too. A couple RBIs. She was our player of the game in Game 2. I think she had total 2 or 3 RBIs in that game. Had a good day yesterday, did Diddle as well. She watches the first pitch for ball 1. So all 3 batters have now seen the first pitch inside or outside for ball 1. That one is low, and that'll be ball 2. So 2 out of the 3 batters that have so far been to the plate have now seen a 2-0 count. Here's the pitch from Kylan Stengel. That's in there for strike 1. That one just above the knees for the strike. And again, Diddle just laying off that one, realizing not a good pitch to swing at 2-0 and let that one go by. Here's the 2-1. Got a piece of it. It's rolling to the second baseman. Grabs it. Oh, and the throw is just in time for out number 3. So that's going to do it. Top of the third is now over after no hits, no runs for the Wildcats, no errors by the Cougars. And we now move to the bottom of the third. So it does appear that Rylan Shepik is back in at the catcher spot. So she is okay. Maybe just needed something taped up or something. We're not going to speculate as to what it was, but point of the matter is she's okay because she's back out there ready to go. That's the important part. 8-9-1 batters due up for Mankato East. Let's see, Lois Fry, Harper Stengel, and then Kaylin Kapsner. Defensive battle up to this point. Really good pitchers as well. 2 really good pitchers. But again, for Mankato East, this all but a home game for them. As listening to this game on 95.5 FM KBK. Catch the Front Porch Morning Show with Adam Hefty every morning from 6 to 9 a.m. here on this station. And Adam Hefty, our new morning show host after the legend, Rockin' Robin Riley, retired. It's great to have her on for as many years as we did. I'm doing a really good job as the new morning show host. Glad to have him. Meanwhile, the first pitch to Fry is swung on and hit back into the netting for strike 1. The 0-2 from 0-1 from Zaruba is inside for ball 1. Don't know where I got 0-2. I would say I could see the future, but that was ball 1, so I don't know. Your guess is as good as mine. 1-1 to Eloise Fry. That's high for ball 2. Here's the 2-1. That one she just did get a piece of it, did Fry. But it's fouled for strike 2. 2 balls, 2 strikes now. Zaruba with the pitch. It's in there, strike 3. She held off, but she checked her swing, but it is in there for the 3rd strike. So out number 1 here in the bottom of the 3rd. And now Harper Stengel at the plate. That one in there for strike one. Good looking pitch from Stengel. Out on the outside part of the plate, but again, had some good motion to it. And now the 0-1 swung on, and it was hit foul, and they tagged her for out number 2. What a weird looking play there. It kind of hit foul, then rolled into fair territory. They tagged her for the out. Just kind of weird the way that one worked. So it winds up being she did get a piece of it for a hit, and then it rolled kind of right in the batter's box, and then rolled fair, and then they tagged her for the second out. Strange. Now Kaylin Kapsner to the plate for Mankato East. 2 down. Nobody on here in the bottom of the third. And she likes to get that run and go, that run and swing on it. It's interesting. I'm not sure of why. Again, I'm not a softball expert, so I couldn't tell you. It's a swinging bunt, and they're not going to get her. So a bunt single there for Kapsner. So 2 down and 1 on now for the Cougars, and Kenley Staunton comes to the plate. Zaruba with the pitch. This is only the third base runner we've had all game. Second for the Cougars. Meanwhile, I think this is ball 1 to Staunton, and Shepik up out of her stance quickly as they were trying to keep Kapsner at first. This one swung on towards left field in the foul territory. The fielder's there to make the grab for out number 3. Well, 1 hit, no runs, and no errors there by Chisago Lakes. And now we go and head to the top of the 4th inning. No score yet in this one, as we hope that Chisago Lakes can break through that and get not only the first run, but hopefully the last run that they need as well. We're going to take a quick commercial break. Be back after word from our fine sponsors here on KBEK.
Need a prescription or medication advice? Wellia Health's community pharmacies in Mora and Pine City are open Monday through Friday from 8:30 a.m. to 6 p.m. and on Saturdays from 8 a.m. to 1:30 p.m. Our friendly pharmacists are here to answer your questions and to help with prescription transfers. Call us at Pine City 320-322-5141 or Mora 320-679-3999 or visit welliahealth.org.
You gotta stop somewhere, so make a stop into the Holiday Station store in Pine City and start saving. Right now, get Red Bull 8.4 ounces, 3 for $6.50. Pringles are 2 for $5 and save $2 on 7th Avenue Pizza when you buy 2. Plus, introducing Lucky Days, Tuesdays and Thursdays. Mention to the cashier, it's your lucky day, and get free items and discounts on drinks and fuel. Whoa! Keep an eye on social media to learn more. Better get into the Freeway Holiday Station store in Pine City.
Back here on Nice 95.5 KBEK. Getting set to lead it off for the Chisago Lakes Wildcats is the left fielder, Jessa Laritz. Into that left-handed batter's box. The pitch from Stengel swung on and missed for strike 1. No 1 now for Laritz. And the pitch on the way. Trying to show bunt, pulls back. Does in time. Thought so. Yes, she did. They check with the third base ump, and she did in time for ball 1. So, had to check, but it is ball 1. Now, Kylan Stengel readies with the 1-1 pitch. Oh, that bunt right back to the pitcher. Not how they wanted that to go for the Wildcats. As that one again, that bunt right back to the pitcher for out number 1, and she threw it on to first. That's tough. If that would have been just left or right of the pitcher, well, she would have been there because the pitcher would have had to reach, or it would have rolled to the shortstop or second baseman, and, well, quite simply, she's just too fast for that. But because it went right to the pitcher, I mean, it had eyes on it, almost as if to say, here's a gift. It rolled right back to her, and she threw it on to first for the out. Now Anna Zaruba swings and misses at the first pitch for strike 1. Stangle readies. Here's the 0-1. And that is in there for strike 2. So quickly down 0-2 is Zaruba, and she's going to have to protect here. The Wildcats have to go and tell their players, it's up to us now at the plate. Individually at the plate, you have to make a play. And not quite there, as that one is lined out to the shortstop. A soft line out for out number 2. Well, quickly 2 down for the Wildcats at the plate. Milana Larson. Again, a grand slam home run yesterday in their game against Benilde St. Margaret. Wow, what a game changer a home run would be here. I mean, that would not only put the first run on the board, I think that would infuse all the energy into the Wildcats needed to maybe get the win. We'll have to wait and see. 1-0 on the way. Swing and miss from Larson. So now a 1-1 count. This matchup, the Class 3A third place game between the Cougars and the Wildcats. Swing and a miss. Just blew that one by, or did Stangle. A good swing from Larson, but just a good pitch, a better pitch from Stangle. And now a 1-2 count for Larson. Trying to avoid the 1-2-3. Here's the pitch. She did not go. That is ball 2. Evens up the count. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Good eye there from Larson. But again, her and the Wildcats trying to avoid going 1-2-3 here in the top of the 4th, get their second base runner on, and keep this game tied at 0. Hopefully get the first run. That one is swung on. That's going to get down in the left field, and a 2-out base hit for Milana Larson, and that is exactly what the Wildcats needed here. Oh, a 2-2 count. Soft hit into left, and then it rolled, and she is on with a 2-out single. Now at the plate, Annika Malchow. Let's see if she can't put one into the outfield into play. Continue this top of the 4th. Maybe get a 2-out rally going. Lana Larson, good jump there. But has to go back to first. Here's the pitch from Stangle. Got a piece of it, did Malchow, and I think it's 1-1 now. Stangle readies. And here's the pitch. She did go for strike 2. 1 ball, 2 strikes now for Malchow. Runner at first, 2 down here, top of the 4th. Wildcats trying to be the first on the board. Here's the pitch. That's a roller to short. The throw on to first is going to be just in time for out number 3. 1 hit, no runs, and no errors by Mankato East. And now we're headed to the bottom of this inning. Still no score between these two teams in the Class 3A third place game here from Caswell Park in Mankato. I think we're going to keep it here. Just keep you updated. Again, that Braham game going to be starting at or around that 1:30 mark, depending on what time the first game in front of it gets done. And then, yes, after that game, or after this game, I apologize, we will be over there to broadcast that Braham game. Again, it might be a little bit late to start, but we will be there to broadcast that one, just depending on what time this one ends and how quickly I can get over there and get set up. I want to thank all of you for tuning in here today. Appreciate it for tuning in. It means a lot. Obviously, it's not for me, realize that. But it is the reason that I continue to have a job and get to come out here and broadcast these games is because of you, our loyal listeners. So appreciate y'all for tuning in. We are in the bottom of the fourth inning here in this game. There is no score yet. Each team has 2 hits up to this point of the game. Beautiful day for some softball in Mankato. Currently sitting at about 76 degrees with a light breeze of 6 miles an hour, or sitting at 40% humidity. And now leading off for the Mankato East Cougars here in the bottom of the fourth is number 7, Kylan Stengel. And the first pitch gets away from Zaruba, but it hits the backstop rubber, bounces right into the catcher's glove. Just a cool play. It doesn't mean anything, is it? Because it's ball 1, but just a cool play. Wish we could have had video to see that. 1-0 on the way to Stengel. That one hit out to straightaway center. Almost a diving grab by the center fielder. It pops out of the glove on the fall, and it's going to be a base hit. Man, what an effort by the center fielder to try and make that out, but that probably knocked the wind out of her. I mean, she fell hard trying to get that one. A good read on it, a good jump, but just, oh man, almost would have been the play of the tournament, I think. Now it's played Emily Hacker. It's the first time I think we've seen somebody on with, this is the first time we've had a leadoff hitter on today. Yeah, first time. So Mankato East, it's the first leadoff batter on base. 0-1 now to Hacker. A bunt, it's going to go foul down the first base line, and we'll do it again. That would have been a, needless to say, a tough bunt to beat for the infielders, because Hacker's speed, number 1, and just because the placement of that bunt. But good news now for the Wildcats, it's 0-2, so she can't bunt because risk bunting foul is going to be strike 3. But we might see that swinging bunt. Here's the 0-2 from Zaruba. That's high for ball 1. Wasting one upstairs. I think they just kind of wasted that one just to see if Stengel would maybe try and take off to second. She doesn't. So now a 1-2 count for Emily Hacker. And the pitch. Inside. Swinging. Got a piece of it. Foul. So now the count stays 1-2 for Emily Hacker. Bottom of the fourth, runner at first is the leadoff batter for Mankato East. Zaruba readies. And the pitch. This one swung down to third. They're going to get the play at second to get the leadoff batter. Nice play there by the third baseman to throw it to second in time to get the lead runner out. And that is the first out. Runner will still be at first due to the fielder's choice, and now Jada Swalve to the plate. She hit a double back in the second. And if you're the Wildcats, that is not what you can afford at this point. See the fielders getting into spot out there in the outfield. This pitch runs a tad high for ball 1, and again, quickly out of her stance is Shepik to hold that runner at first. 1-0 now for Swalve. The pitch from Zaruba. That one just above the letters again for ball 2. 2-0 count now for Jada Swalve. Or Swalve. It's pronounced one of those two ways. This one swung on, and that's going to leave the infield. Runner from first heads to third. Oh, they're going to try and make the play at third. Great grab by the third baseman because that keeps the runner at third. I don't know about that throw to third. I think you'd rather hit the cutoff in that spot, but that's a big thank you to the third baseman for making the catch there on the throw. Nice throw, but I think just because of the spot you're in, you hit the cutoff there. You don't want to risk it. So runners at first and third with Carly Wendinger at the plate. The only positive you could hope for at this point is either a strikeout and then get another out or a double play ball. We'll have to wait and see, though, as Mankato East now with a runner in scoring position. This one's popped up, and that is helpful into foul territory. The catcher makes the grab, and that's out number 2. Well, there you go. There's out number 2, and that will go a long ways in getting the Wildcats out of this jam. Not a big jam, but a jam nonetheless. And the Wildcats now with, or the Cougars, I should say, with 2 down, and the Wildcats trying to get the third out and not allow that run to cross. Did we? Apparently the runner from first tagged. I didn't see it, and if she did, it was close. This one in foul territory. Not going to be caught. Zaruba went after it, and then she was stopped by Shepik, and Shepik tried to make the play with the kind of the glove out over or out underneath it and just couldn't hold on to it. So that will be strike 1. That would have been ideal for her to hold on to that, but you know what? It's okay. Next pitch is high for ball 1, so it's a 1-1 count now for Fugazi as she is at the plate. Again, Wildcats just need 1 out here to get out of the inning. Runners in scoring position at second and third. 2 down, 1-1 pitch on the way. That's in there, strike 2. Good-looking pitch from Zaruba. And now they just need 1 more strike. Zaruba with the 1-2. That one's fouled into the netting. And Fugazi keeps herself alive. Zaruba and company trying to get the final out and not allow a run. Here's the pitch. Oh, good looking pitch, but just missing the zone. Evens up the count. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 down. Runners at second and third. Bottom of the 4th, no score. Here's the pitch from Zaruba. Oh, just high again for ball 3. Full count now for Ella Fugazi. And a walk is not the end of the world here, but you would rather not have that happen. Here's the 3-2. That one is going to be fouled down the first base line. And everyone will have to go back. So we'll do it again with a full count for Ella Fugazi. And Zaruba sets, and here's the throw. This one out towards center. Center fielder did not make the cleanest of runs on it. And then the second baseman goes out to make the grab. Little bit of miscommunication there between the two. Luckily, the second baseman holds on for out number 3, and that is something, as a coach, you're going to say, hey, we got out of the inning. Thanks for making that catch, but next time we need to have better communication because that could have easily been dropped by the second baseman because the center fielder was right there, but luckily she does hold on for out number 3. Back after a quick word from our fine sponsors here on KBEK.
Your journey to smile with your forever starts at Embrace Orthodontics. The team at Embrace is committed to providing world-class care and a remarkable orthodontic experience. Choose between custom Light Force braces or Invisalign clear aligners with locations in Pine City, Lindstrom, and Cambridge, and a plan to fit your budget, whether you have insurance or not. Embrace Orthodontics will make your smile journey comfortable, convenient, and customized just for you. Visit EmbraceMN.com today to find out how to set up your free exam. EmbraceMN.com. Embrace Orthodontics, a smile you will embrace forever.
Well, not a lot to talk about on the Embrace Orthodontics scoreboard because there is no score up to this point in the game. We're in the top of the 5th inning. Wildcats at the plate again, and leading off for Chisago Lakes is Rylan Shepik. The pitch, high for ball 1. Last inning, the Cougars got 2 hits, no runs, and no errors by Chisago Lakes. Here's the 1-0 pitch to Shepik. Ooh, got it. She tried to check her swing, but just didn't hold up enough, and that's strike 1. 1-1 now for Shepik. That's in there for strike 2. Just not one that Shepik wanted to offer at, as it now makes it a 1-ball, 2-strike count. And the pitch from Stengel. Looking to the umpire to see if she swung, but she did not. She holds off, and that's ball 2 rather. 2 balls, 2 strikes now for the leadoff batter, Shepik. As again, the Wildcats try to get the first run on the board, and 1 run might be all it takes here today. 2-2 on the way. Good job by Shepik laying off that one. That runs the count full. So here we go, an opportunity here for Shepik to get on base. Here's the windup and the pitch from Stengel. Ooh, kind of a check swing. That gets under the pitcher's glove. The throw on to first, not in time! And Shepik will reach on a little bit of a misplay there by the pitcher. And she's on first. Well, that's big for the Wildcats. This is the first time they've been able to get their leadoff batter on. Now, I don't know if that'll count as a single or an error. We'll have to wait and see for the official PA announcement, but I think it would count as a single. Aubrey Perry at the plate now. Runner at first, nobody out. Showing bunt, missing on the bunt, and it's strike 1. Shepik has a lot of speed there at first. We'll see if she tries to steal. But here's the 0-1 to Perry. She's going to go. The throw down to second. Oh, in time. Yeah, just didn't get... To put it simply, Mankato East knew. They knew. They knew that was coming. And I get sending the runner, but you just tell Mankato East knew what was coming. You got to switch it up after that point. And now, Perry gives this one a ride, but the second baseman with the grab on the line drive for out number 2, and all of a sudden, what was a promising start to the inning has quickly been swept away. Annika Smith now at the plate. Can she get maybe a 2-out rally started here for the Wildcats? First pitch swing right to the shortstop, throw on to first in timeout number 3. Well, unfortunate there for the Wildcats. The 1 hit, but no runs, and after that 1 hit, it was again, the Cougars simply just knew that Shepik was going to steal on that specific play. That's so unfortunate. Because if she would have got second, I think this we're probably still in the top of the 5th and might be talking about a 1-0 game. But what could have been, we will never know as we move to the bottom of the 5th inning. Shepik is still in at catcher. She was not at catcher in the 2nd inning. Again, not sure what happened, but we're not going to speculate. But all that matters is she is back at the catcher spot and looks and appears to be okay. So hopefully that means she is not hurt at all. Caswell Park is the site for this game in Mankato, Minnesota. Game day Gilman down here. We're supposed to be playing Tuesday, Wednesday, and today, but with the rain that they got Tuesday, everything was pushed back. As we get ready for the start of the bottom of the fifth. And getting set to lead off for the Cougars is going to be Eloise Fry. I want to give a shout out to our morning show host, Adam Hefty, on KBK. He came down yesterday to call the Braham game, and I'm thankful he did because Chisago Lakes played at the same time as that Braham game at 1:30. And if he was not down here, well, simply put, we wouldn't have been able to call one of the games. So I greatly appreciate Adam Hefty making the trip down to Mankato to call that Braham game. Meanwhile, first pitch here into Fry is a ball 1. Four hits for the Cougars, 3 hits for the Wildcats. Up to this point in the game, as the next pitch from Zaruba is on the outside part of the plate for strike 1. To Eloise Fry, the designated player. Next one is high for ball 2. 2 balls, 1 strike to Fry. Next one is in there on the outside part of the plate for strike 2. That's a good-looking pitch from Zaruba. See if you swing at that one. If you make contact, it's rolling right to an out. Meanwhile, this next pitch, similar spot, but just missing the strike zone. And that'll run the count full. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Zaruba ready. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss. Drop strike. Throw down first is in plenty of time for out number 1. So it's still a strikeout. And it's still out number 1. No matter if she dropped it or not. Harper Stengel now at the plate to get her second at-bat of the game. Grounded out back in the 3rd. Pitch is low for ball 1 to Stengel. 8-9-1 batters due up here for Mankato East. Next one is swung on. A bouncer to the shortstop. Grabs it in the dirt. Throw on to first is in time for out number 2. Great play there by the shortstop, realizing that that bounce was going to come up short and kind of do a double bounce into her. It probably passed her, honestly, so she played it a little bit more aggressive, came up on it, got it, threw it on to first in plenty of time. The lefty, Kaylin Kapsner, to the plate. 2 down and nobody on. And first pitch is low for ball 1. Kapsner is 1 for 2 today. Strikeout in the first, and then a bunt single in the 3rd. Here's the 1-0. Kapsner, that's, ooh, misses somewhere for ball 2. Two-0 count now for Kapsner. That one in the outside part of the plate. Manages to get it for strike 1. Two-one count for Kapsner here. Bottom of the 5th, 2 down, nobody on. Pitch from Zaruba. Swing and a miss. That will even up the count. 2 balls, 2 strikes, and Zaruba had her guessing and not guessing right. Not even close on that one. 2 balls, 2 strikes now for Kapsner. This one, Gonna call a foul ball out. I think she either got in the way of it or catcher interference. Not sure, but it is out number 3. Did it hit her maybe? I don't know. Well, either way, it is out number 3, so we continue to be scoreless after 5 innings of play. And after a word from our fine sponsors, we'll be back and ready for the 6th inning here on KBEK.
Finding that missing shin guard. Remembering whether it's a home or away game. Getting the right kid to the right playing field on the right day. Why are simple things sometimes so complicated? Thankfully, with auto owners, insurance doesn't have to be one of them. We work with independent agents who keep insurance simple so you can worry about more important things. Like not being that fan.
Oh, come on, ref!
That's simple human sense.
Your local auto owner's agent is Pine Insurance Agency. Visit them at pineagency.us today. Pineagency.us.
Need reliable energy? Burnett Dairy Cooperative has you covered with top quality propane services. Whether you're heating your home, running your business, or firing up the grill, our propane is safe, efficient, and always dependable. Choose Burnett Dairy Cooperative Propane, your trusted partner for all things energy. Stay warm, stay powered, stay local.
Leading it off for the Wildcats in the top of the 6th is going to be Chloe Ruza. 0 for 1 today. Had a decent day yesterday at the plate and in the field as well. Meanwhile, she tries to be the next batter to reach for the Wildcats, as Wildcats have up to this point 3 hits. She'd like to be the 4th, and not only would she like to be the 4th, she'd like to be the first one to get into scoring position. But 2 very good pitchers today as, that one inside and high, missing Ruza as she gets out of the way. For ball 2. 2 balls, no strikes for Ruza, the leadoff batter in the top of the 6th. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss from Ruza. That one was on the bottom half of the zone, but it is strike 1. 2 balls, 1 strike for Ruza. And Stengel with the pitch. Inside, ball 3, and Stengel, the pitcher, does not agree with that call. Neither does the catcher. It was close, but it is called ball 3. 3-1 pitch on the way from Stengel. Got a piece of it, did Ruza, and that will run the count full. 3 balls, 2 strikes. And if anything for Ruza, you are forcing the pitcher to throw a lot more pitches here in this at-bat to lead off the inning. Maybe you force her to accidentally leave one out over the plate. Here's the full count pitch to Ruza. Gave it a ride. That's going to go foul off the first baseline. So she got a piece of it. But this time she'll look to straighten it out and put it into play. Excuse me. Full count pitch again for Ruza. That is ball 4, so a leadoff walk here for the Wildcats. Puts a runner at first. Second time a leadoff batter has reached for the Wildcats in this game. And now back to the top of the order for Jessica Diddle. Another lefty. First pitch to her. A bunt. Oh, somehow in between about 3 different players, ends up being picked up for a ground out, but advances the runner to second. That was it looked kind of funny because it was bunted and 3 different players kind of had a chance at it, and only one was able to get to it and throw it on to first in time. As now Jessa Laritz at the plate with a runner in scoring position and 1 down. She tries to show bunt. Runner down to third. In time is the runner. The throw is going to be off the mark. And Ruza takes third. Well, there we go. All of a sudden, Ruza's into third with a steal, and now you've got a batter in scoring, or runner in scoring position as Larrett's at the plate. An 0-1 count, pitch on the way. They're watching bunt closely. She tries to lay it down again. Did she pull back in time? Looks like she did. Trying to show that bunt, but looks like she probably pulled back in time for ball one. One pitch on the way for Larrett's. Again, showing bunt, this time missing. It doesn't matter because it's strike two. So she won't be bunting here. And in this spot, I don't like a bunt because all you need to do is softly hit this one either right up the middle or just over the infield, and you've got to score. Easier said than done, though. That's obvious. This one swung on and hit into the netting, foul. Again, bounces off right into the catcher's glove. It won't matter for anything just because it's a cool play, though. I like to mention it. 1-2 still the count for Jessa Larrett. She tries to bat in the first run of the game. Stengel with the pitch. And this one also foul. So Larrett's keeping herself alive. Trying to get the first run of the game and put the Wildcats on top. Here's the windup and the pitch from Stengel. That one swung on and grabbed by the center fielder. Runner from third has to go back. Well, that's unfortunate because I shouldn't say that because I don't know if Ruza would have had a chance to tag from third. That one was hit to straightaway center. The center fielder was, 10 feet from the infield, so there may have been a chance Ruza could have made it on the tag, but yeah, I don't know. So 2 down, runner at third still, and Anna Zaruba at the plate. If there's one player that you'd like to see come up clutch, it's the senior. She watches ball one. You'd like to see the other players come up clutch, but hey, a senior getting a base knock for the first run of the game, that would be awesome in what would be her last career game for Chisago Lakes High School. We've got other seniors who you'd love to see get a base hit or a RBI or whatever it takes to help the team. She watches that one on the outside part of the plate for strike one. 1-1 count now for Zaruba. 2 down, runner at third. Stengel readies, here's the pitch. That one gets by, and that's going to score the run. They need an RBI single from Anna Zaruba to get the Wildcats on the board. And the Wildcats strike first with an RBI single from Anna Zaruba. And we all know how big that is. We'll get it a courtesy runner Brenna Toohey. So, runner at first, 2 down. Milana Larson at the plate. Milana Larson. Remember, she hit a grand slam yesterday. 2-run homer would, that would maybe give an explosion. We might see an earthquake with the cheering that would come from that. She swings and hits this one foul down the third base line for strike one. So the Wildcats are first on the board. Make it 1-0. Stengel with the pitch to Larson. Ooh, Larson wanted to offer. Lays off, and that's going to be ball one. Umpire calls time. Clean off home plate. 1-1 count for Milana Larson. This one is swung on and hit into the netting. That'll make it a 1-2 count now for Milana Larson. Stengel shaking off the first pitch call. Now readies. Here's the pitch. It's low. That's ball 2, and the runner from first moves to second. So the courtesy runner for Zaruba, Brenna Tui, is into second. 2 down, and another runner in scoring position. A base hit here from Larson. Probably gets another run across. We'll have to wait and see. 2-2 is the count for Larson. Runner at second, 2 down, top of the 6th. Stengel again shakes off the first. Now readies. And here's the 2-2 pitch. Ooh, and Larson just keeping herself alive, makes contact to foul that one back. It keeps the count 2 balls, 2 strikes. Man, if we were in a stadium or anywhere where this is the lone game going on, you could probably hear a pin drop. That's just how much these two sides are waiting to see what happens. Oh, and then a little bit of a mix-up there, and the pitch left her hand early. She lost her grip on whatever pitch she was trying to throw, and then an aggressive base run from Tui to take third. And I mean aggressive, holy cow. That was a close play down there at third. But Tui is in safely. Wow. Chisago Lake saying, hey, we're going to leave it all out there for this third place game. We are not leaving anything to chance. Now, personally, I'm too much of a chicken to do anything aggressive like that. But now you put a runner at third. That just gets more in the mind of the pitcher Stengel. And now Milana Larson, does she have the advantage? I don't know. I would like to say yes, but with how talented Kylan Stengel is, you can't count Mankato East from getting this last out. Obviously, we're hoping Larson can put this ball into play and get the second run. Here we go. Full count. 2 down, runner at third. Here's the pitch from Stengel. Swing and a miss. That's why I said you can't count her out. Well, 1 hit leads to the 1 run. And no errors there by Mankato East. And the Wildcats move on to the bottom of the 6th with the lead now, 1-0. Oh boy. I've said it before, and I think it's true. Sometimes it is harder to protect a 1-0 lead or a 1-run lead than to try and come back. But let's see what the Wildcats can do. They have 2 innings to, first and foremost, hold Mankato East from scoring. That's first and foremost. But they also have 1 more inning to try and add on to this 1-0 lead. But it all comes down to defense first. They have to play defense first and try and hold Mankato East from scoring. Third place game in Class 3A. Chisago Lake's up over Mankato East 1-0 here at Caswell Park in Mankato. Field 2. Facing kind of southeast the way this field faces. So here we go. Leading off the bottom of the 6th is number 10, Kenley Staunton for the Cougars of Mankato East. First pitch to her inside for ball 1. And as Aruba, she's got to be feeling a little bit better, especially after that last inning where she hit the RBI single to put her team on top. So, but again, she's just such an even keel person. You can't tell if she's feeling it or if she's not, but she really doesn't, again, get too high, too low. She just stays really even keel. Meanwhile, the next pitch is in there for strike 1. So 1-1 count now for Staunton. Here's the pitch from Zaruba. That one drifts outside for ball 2. 2 balls to 1 strike for Kenley Staunton, the leadoff batter for Mankato East in the bottom of the 6th. Here's the pitch from Zaruba. That one is popped up to shallow center. It's going to get down for a base hit. Just no one in position that time. Not that they weren't necessarily at the right spots. It's just they weren't in position to go and get that one. Well, leadoff single does not help the Wildcats trying to protect this lead at all, but we've seen them get out of a little bit of a jam there back in the fourth where they had runners at the corners. What was it, 1 down, I think, or 2 down, something like that? So now at the plate, Kylan Stengel. Zaruba readies. Here's the pitch. Inside ball 1. And Shepik up out of her stance quickly, keeping that runner at first. Zaruba readies. And the 1-0. Inside again for ball 2. Just trying to jam her a little bit and get her to swing at something that would jam her and lead to maybe a double play ball, but so far, no swing. 2-0 now. That one swung on and fouled back. So a 2-1 count now for Kylan Stengel. A pitcher versus pitcher duel here in this at-bat. 2 balls to 1 strike for Kylan Stengel. So Zaruba readies. Here's the pitch. Oh, and that hits her. She's been pitching inside a lot in this inning, and that, unfortunately, that's the risk. Because now, runners at first and second, nobody out, and all of a sudden, the Wildcats in trouble. Emily Hacker at the plate. Wildcats got some work to do. Here's the pitch from Zaruba, showing bunt. That was foul, was it not? No. It's just a ball that gets over the catcher's glove. Now runners at second and third, and yep, here we go. Now the Wildcats need 3 outs with runners in scoring position. Well, this would be an all-time get out if Zaruba and company are able to get the 3 outs needed to finish off this inning. As I said before, dealing with a 1-run lead is sometimes harder than coming back, and it's kind of proving that right now. But quick meeting in the pitcher circle for Zaruba to let everybody know we're fine. Emily Hacker at the plate. A 1-0 count. Zaruba readies. And the 1-0 pitch. That stays high for ball 2. .2-0 count for Hacker. The pitch, oh, just inside for ball 3. Well, for Zaruba, she's going to have to put something over the plate now. Here they'll get the runner. Oh, she missed it. Oh, my. It was a bunt right back to the pitcher. She tossed it to her catcher, who completely forgot to look the ball in. It's an error that will allow Hacker to reach. And, well, fielder's choice, but an error that scores the runs. And, whoa. Wow. I mean, they could have gotten the out. That was going to be an out. She was going to have the tag. But because, unfortunately, Shepik forgot to look the ball into her glove, she kind of looked at it, saw it, then started to turn without looking the ball in. And because of that, she misses, and that would have been out number 1. not only that, they would have got the runner at home out, and all of a sudden it turns into an error, 2-run score, and the runner that hit the bunt is down to second, and now the Cougars have a 1-run lead. This one swung on right back to the pitcher. She'll throw it to first for the first out. Runner from second moves to third. Oh, man. You feel for Shepik there, because you know that one's going to weigh on her mind. Well, Wildcats still can get out of the inning, still can get a run or two back there in the top of the 7th, so they still got time. 1-0 count now for Carly Wendinger. She swings. This one is popped up into foul territory. Shepik makes the grab for out number 2. Well, give her credit because that, not an easy grab in foul territory. And in my opinion, if that was still weighing heavily on her mind, the mistake she had, she wouldn't have made that catch. So she moved on real quickly and makes out number 2. So Ella Fugazi now at the plate as the Wildcats try to get out of the inning without allowing another run. Here's the pitch. That one swung on. Oh, that's a blooper. That's going to get down. No, and what a grab by the shortstop. What looked like a blooper to get down for another base hit winds up being a catch. So 1 hit and 2 runs score on an error. And the Wildcats get out of that inning with only allowing the 2 runs, although those 2 runs do hurt quite a bit. They move to the top of the 7th with only needing a run to continue this game. And 2, you would think could possibly win it, but let's just get as many as we can, huh? So we'll move to the top of the 7th, and we will return after a word from our fine sponsors here on KBEK.
A&W Restaurant Pine City is still making fresh root beer, that signature item since 1919. It's still made fresh and on site with real cane sugar and a blend of secret ingredients. It doesn't get any better than this. Their world-renowned A&W root beer is a classic treat, and they can top it off with creamy vanilla soft serve to be known as the famous A&W root beer float. Now that's smooth, tasty, and refreshing. An American iconic A&W root beer float. It never tasted so good. A&W Restaurant Pine City. Come grab your root beer float today.
Man, does one sound good right now after the last couple days. What would wind up being the last 48 hours after these games are over. I could go for a root beer float. I could also go for Chisago Lakes win. So Wildcats back out there leading it off for the Wildcats in the top of the 7th. Annika Malchow 0 for 2 today, 2 ground outs. They need 1 run to keep this game going. They need 2 to take the lead, and then 3 outs in the bottom. Swing and miss by Malchow there for strike 1. So interesting, both baseball, softball. They're games that normally don't see a ton of runs, as Malchow swings and misses. But there are so many different ways to score runs. I mean, it's just so interesting because you can look at a game, like sometimes I look at the Twins and they win, 2-1 or 10-6, and it's like, oh. Then you look at how they got those runs and it's like, whoa, that is not what I thought. It's so much fun. That's why this sport is so much fun to be a part of. Malchow swings and hits this one foul, so the count stays 0-2 for the leadoff batter, Annika Malchow. Don't forget, stay right on this link, right on this station, because after this game, we're going to go and broadcast Braham's game as they'll play in the 3rd place game against Bethlehem Academy, the Cardinals. As Malchow stays alive, swings and gets that one foul again. So same 0-2 count for Malchow. Pitch from Stengel. Got a piece of it, and it again goes foul. So Malchow staying alive at the plate with an 0-2 count. Again, her team trails by 1. They need 1 run to get this game continued into the bottom of the 7th. They need 2 runs to take the lead, and then would need 3 outs in the bottom of the 7th. Still a lot of time here in this one. Here's the pitch. And again, fouled nearly into the Mankato East dugout. Oh, 2 count for Malchow. Stengel readies. Here's the pitch. Swing and miss for out number 1. Wildcats are down to their final 2 outs.
The catcher, number 11, Rylan Shepik.
Rylan Shepik now at the plate. First pitch from Stengel. High for ball 1. One 0 count for Shepik. And the pitch from Stengel. Got a piece of it, rolling right to the first baseman. Couldn't grab it cleanly. The throw to, or the step on first. Oh, she did just step on first in time. I thought maybe Shepik had beat it out, but she did not. And now there are 2 down, and the Wildcats are down to their final out. So again, we won't have a post game for this game right after because I got to go get set up for Braham's game. But stay tuned after the Braham game. We will have post game for both teams. As the Wildcats down to their final out, Aubrey Perry at the plate. Checked her swing. I think she went. She did. Could not hold off enough, and that is strike 1. Wildcats down to their final 2 strikes. Here's the 0-1 on the outside part of the plate. Ball 1 for Aubrey Perry. Count is now 1 ball, 1 strike. Stengel with the pitch. That's in there, strike 2, and Wildcats down to their final strike. Wildcats trying to stay alive in this game. 1-2 count and the pitch for Perry. Swung on, and they stay alive with a single there by Aubrey Perry. Woo. Down to their final strike, and they managed to get a base hit from Aubrey Perry, and that brings to the plate Annika Smith. Possible pinch runner here for Perry at first. Now I'm not sure if it'll be Brenna Tui or somebody different. Can't quite tell. It's going to be McKenna Thorson. McKenna Thorson will pinch run at first. So 2 down, runner at first. Annika Smith at the plate. Here's a pitch from Stengel. Swung on and hit to second. That's going to do it. So that is it. And the Wildcats, 1 hit, no runs, and no errors for Mankato East. Well, ladies and gentlemen, stay tuned. We'll have Braham third place game coming up here very shortly. I'm going to head on over there. Again, you can catch the post game for this game after the Braham game. So stay tuned. I'll have that one for you here shortly. We're going to take a commercial break. Be back, well, in about 5-10 minutes.
Hey there, neighbors. Matt Winsan, CEO Burnett Dairy. Farmers are the people that wake up before the sun, who battle the elements, and tend to their crops and herds. with a passion that runs deep in their veins. At this time, I would personally like to thank the farmers. From all of us at Burnett Dairy Cooperative to all of our incredible farmers, thank you. Burnett Dairy Cooperative.
Back here, KBEK, the Braham Bombers in the bottom of the fourth inning. There is no score between them and the Bethlehem Academy Cardinals. I'll get everything updated here for you as the Bethlehem Academy Cardinals and Braham Bombers going at it in this section, or Class Single A third place game. You'll have to forgive me, I was over calling Chisago Lake's third place game, now here to call the Bombers' third place game as they take on Bethlehem Academy. Bottom of the fourth. No score between these two teams. We have nobody on, and looks like two down for Ayla Anderson. 1-2 count, swing. This one right back up the middle. Throw on to first in time for the third out. So 3 outs here for the Bombers, and they'll move to the fifth inning, tied with the Cardinals of Bethlehem Academy at 0-0. Again, I apologize for anybody waiting for this game, as again we had a other game that started at 12:30 before we got to this one. So again, if you've been waiting for this game, apologies, my sincerest apologies. But we're here to broadcast it nonetheless. As the Bombers taking on the Bethlehem Academy Cardinals. Both teams in all black. Bombers, though, with the blue letters and numbers, or blue letters outlined in gold, the gold numbers outlined in blue. The blue socks. For the Cardinals, it is all black. The white letters and numbers outlined in the red. Top of the fifth, a 0-1 count after that foul ball from the Cardinal batter. Next one is outside for ball one from Alex Rysdam. At the plate, Anna Tobin for the Cardinals. This one swung on, and no, not grabbed at short or at second there by Ava Kunke. That's going to just get by the infield for a base hit. Oh, base hit there for Tobin. And runner at first with nobody out. At the plate now is number 3, Anna Cohen. This one is swung, a bunt. Oh, and Jenna Beck could not grab it at first, and with that, the runner from first moves to third. Jenna Beck tried to get the scoop and then tag, and because of the slow movement from Braham, the runner from first just walks down to second. Oh my, what is Braham thinking? Well, runner's now in scoring position. Oh boy. So the Bombers now, with runners in scoring position, will get an out at first, throw home. Got her! They got the runner out at first, and then the throw home is enough for the double play. 2 down. And now the runner from second advances to third, but that's not so important now because, oh, they did not get the out at first. What? Even Alex Rysdam's asking, what the heck happened? Yeah, she's out. Yeah, they called her out. She's standing on first. Maybe just try to convince the ump that she's safe. I like it. I like the tactic, but she is not safe. She is out. And now at the plate is 18, Olivia Glumack. So 2 down, runner at third, and Braham all of a sudden has turned this thing around in the 5th, and the throw to first is in time. The tag applied just in case for out number 3. Well, what started as a disaster in this top of the 5th for the Bombers, they turn it around quickly, get a double play with the out at first and then a tag at home. And then the grounder for out number 3. We're still tied 0-0 here as we go to the bottom of the 5th. Braham playing Bethlehem Academy in this Class Single A third place game. We will keep it here just because, well, I haven't been here for this game. This game started, I mean, if not early, right on time. Of course, looking at my screen now, definitely did start. There's no way they got, well, 4.5 innings in a half hour? Maybe, but I don't know. That would be impressive if that were the case. Either way, tied at zeros in the bottom of the 5th. Braham is the designated home team as they are the higher seed, Bethlehem Academy, the 7th seed. If we want to quickly take a look at how these two teams got to this point, we got to go and look at the Class A tournament bracket. Braham, they were able to beat Wabasso in the first game, 3-2 with a walk-off single from Lauren Lennes. And then they fell to United South Central 6-0 for Bethlehem Academy. They beat the number 2 seeded Clinton Graceville Beardsley 7-2, then fell to Badger 1-0 after 9 innings. That's how these two teams got to here. So far a pitcher's duel, and at the plate and swinging away for a fly ball out to right was number 2, Olivia Keys. So 1 out for the Bombers. And now at the plate is Addie White. Addie White at the plate. Now with 1 down after a fly out to right. This one's in there for strike 1. So 0-1 count for White. This one swung on softly to the second baseman. Throw on to first is in time for out number 2. But that will bring the order back to the top for Morgan Rysdam. 2 down, nobody on. And Morgan Rysdam now at the plate. Can Rysdam do something big here and get a home run to get them on the board? We'll have to wait and see, but that pitch is in there for strike 1. So an 0-1 count now for Morgan Rysdam, who hit a leadoff home run to begin their game against Wabasso and frustrated with herself after missing on that one. And now it's an 0-2 for Morgan Rysdam. Let's see if she can't put it in play. Here's the pitch. Rysdam, and that's down the first baseline foul. The pitcher today is Morgan Wilson for the Cardinals of Bethlehem Academy. Morgan Rysdam deals with an 0-2 count even after that foul ball down the first baseline. She had to just get to it in order to keep up. Here's the 0-2. That gets her. So she is hit by the pitch, and she moves down to first. Now to the plate, Lauren Lennes. Remember yesterday, Adam Hefty called it. She had the walk-off single in the 7th inning against Wabasso to send them to the state semifinal game against United South Central. Can she get another big base hit here? And that one, drifting, foul. Lennes goes all the way down to first just in case. So Lennes will come back to the batter's box. Runner at first is Morgan Rysdam. You know she's dangerous with that speed. But Lennes looking to put one in play. Swings and misses, and then the throw down to second is not even close to in time. There's almost no chance of getting... I mean, there's a chance, but it's very slim for anybody trying to throw out Morgan Rysdam on a steal. So a 0-2 count for Lennes. Runner at second, 2 down. Here's the pitch for Morgan Wilson. And swing and a miss. And that's out number 3. Well, they got that runner into scoring position, but couldn't do anything with it. And we move now to the top of the 6th inning. Again, plenty of games yesterday went into extra innings tied at 0. And that was very much the case for Bethlehem Academy as they went into 9 innings with Badger. But Badger wound up winning 1-0. Badger, the number 6 seed, will play United South Central, the number 1 seed. The number 2 seed went down in Clinton, Graceville, Beardsley by Bethlehem Academy. Moose Lake Willow River lost to Badger 10-3. Moose Lake Willow River, by the way, got beat in the consolation round 11-10 by Clinton, Graceville, Beardsley. Right now, Clinton, Graceville, Beardsley looks like they beat Black Duck 4-1 as the consolation champion. So tomorrow will be the state championship games at Jane Sage Cowles Stadium on the campus of University of Minnesota, their home softball field. Leading it off for the Cardinals of Bethlehem Academy is number 14, Sarah Tobin. She will lead it off for Bethlehem Academy. First pitch to her, swung on, and just going to get over the shortstop, Izzy Schockman for a base hit. So top of the 6th, Cardinals lead it off with a base hit. And now to the plate is Evelina Caldera. Alex Rysdam with the pitch. Outside, throw down to first. Did not get her, although that throw down from Rysdam was as close as you could get. Still an 0-1 here for the batter, Evelina Caldera. Rysdam with the pitch. That one swung on, popped up, and Morgan Rysdam going to make the catch for out number 1. Morgan Rysdam grabs it for out number 1 in foul territory. And now coming to the plate is number 12, Jenna Lippert. So 1 down now, runner at first. Alex Rysdam with the pitch. Showing bunt, that is low. Missing on the bunt is the batter Lippert, and that is strike 1. There was really no attempt to even pull back on that one. Here's the 0-1. That's high for ball 1. 1-1 now for Lippert. Runner at first, 1 down here, top of the 6th inning. Braham and Bethlehem Academy tied with no score. Here's the pitch. Pull back again. That is ball 2. 2 balls, 1 strike for Jenna Lippert. 1 down here, top of the 6th. Braham fans enjoying this warm weather here in Mankato. Meanwhile, the pitch from Rysdam is bunted right back to her, and then the throw, they're just going to let her, well, I think the play would have been better just letting her go to third, but they get the out at first, and then they try to make another out at third. Nobody was there, really, so she just kind of glided into third. Then they made the throw, and I think it was Shockman who had to actually go in the dirt just to prevent that ball from rolling further. Now at the plate, Kaylee Katra. Katra at the plate, 2 down, runner at third. Rysdam with the pitch, swing and a miss. That's one of the things that Rysdam does so well. We talked to coaches and talked about how she mixes up the pitches so well, whether it's fast, slow, high, low, inside, outside. That's in there for strike 2. 0-2 to Katra as Alex Rysdam tries to get out of the top of the 6th and see if her offense can't put a run or two on the board. Here's the pitch, 0-2, swing and a miss. And that is out number 3. So they got a runner to third, but that was it, and Alex Rysdam took care of the rest. No runs as we move to the bottom of the 6th inning here on KBEK. We'll go ahead and keep it here on KBEK. I want to thank all you for tuning in. Appreciate it. I know we're a little late to this game, so I apologize, but Chisago Lakes played first against Mankato East in their Class 3A third-place game, so that's why we're late to this one. So if you're wondering, hey, what the heck happened? Why are you guys just getting to the game? Well, that's why. So I want to apologize, but at the same time let you know that that is why. Also, I was looking forward to calling both games, so we didn't have anyone else come down here because Adam was grateful enough to, or I was grateful that he came down, but he was nice enough to come down yesterday and call the Braham game against Wabasso. I appreciate him doing that because if he didn't come down yesterday, would not have been able to call the other Chisago Lakes game against Byron. So appreciate him coming down and calling that Braham game. He certainly didn't have to, so I appreciate him doing that. It's a 4-hour round-trip drive for him, so greatly appreciate him coming down yesterday and calling that game. Leading it off for the Braham Bombers here in the bottom of the 6th is Corey Olson, the right fielder. Here's the pitch, and it's inside, ball 1. Again, the pitcher for Bethlehem Academy today is Morgan Wilson, wearing number 24. And if you're just joining the game, like I am, Braham and Bethlehem Academy tied at 0s. Swing and a miss on that one, a big swing and miss there from Corey Olson. He would give that one a ride if she made contact. Now a 1-1 count for the leadoff batter, Corey Olson here, bottom of the 6th. Braham is the designated home team as the higher seed. Oh, and took something off it, did there, Wilson, and now Corey Olson down 1-2. Tough loss last night for Braham, 6-0 to United South Central, by a long shot, number 1 seed. Corey Olson gets a piece of that one, a slow roller to third. The throw on to first is going to be in time for out number 1. So 1 down here for the Bombers. And coming to the plate is Jenna Beck. Again, she's got some power behind her swing. They definitely need her to give this one a ride so she can reach and try and get someone on. And that one is dropped. The shortstop got it, had to adjust, and then dropped it. So an error will allow Beck to reach. And that one was a towering hit, but the shortstop seemed to have a good play on it, did Anna Tobin. But underneath it, she had to adjust at the last second and then dropped it. And now we will get a courtesy runner down there at first for Jenna Beck. And I think that's number 8, it is. It's Bristol Lukeberg. So courtesy runner at first for Jenna Beck, Bristol Lukeberg. And now at the plate is the pitcher, number 6, Alex Rysdam, the senior. One of a few seniors on this squad, but she tries to help her squad get the 3rd place trophy here at the state tournament, Caswell Park in Mankato, Minnesota. Wilson readies. Here's the pitch to Alex Rysdam. First pitch swinging, but behind it for strike 1. Alex Rysam, good look at that one just behind it for strike. And here's the 0-1. It's in there for strike 2. Yeah, yesterday it took a while for Braham to settle into that game against United South Central. They looked a little bit nervous, but once they realized, hey, we can fully play against this team, we can stick with the team and beat them, it was kind of too little too late for them to settle in after the nerves. And Alex Rysam, a late swing at a pitch outside for strike 3 and out number 2. Got to be a little bit more disciplined at the plate there, if we're being honest. So 2 down, runner at first for Izzy Schockman. First pitch tours in there, strike 1. Again, runner at first is the courtesy runner for Jenna Beck. We're still tied at zeros in this Class A third place game. Next one is in there, strike 2. So Schockman now down quickly, 0-2, runner at first, and neither team able to, well, I mean, Bethlehem Academy's been, in the time that I've seen, done a better job of late call, strike 3. Well, that's going to be out 3, I guess. I thought it was a ball, and then it would have had the courtesy runner at first, but not the case. Well, we're moving to the top of the 7th. Still no score between Bethlehem Academy and Braham in this Class Single A third place game. We'll be back after word from our fine sponsors.
Honeymoon, here we come. Where's our car?
It's been stolen.
We'll call our insurance agent. I'm right here.
Oh, hey, Jen. You got our invite.
Love the dress.
Are we covered for this?
Of course. That's why you chose auto owners. We work together to get the right coverage. So when the unexpected happens, you know you're covered.
That's simple human sense.
Your local auto owner's agent is Pine Insurance Agency. Visit them at pineagency.us today. pineagency.us.
Back here on KBEK, nice 95.5 FM. Getting ready to lead off for the Cardinals is number 23, Esbita Nunez. First pitch swinging, popped up into foul territory. Morgan Rysam tries to catch it before it hits the netting, but it is going to hit it for a foul ball. So 0-1 now for Nunez. Watches that one low for ball 1. Alex Rysam now with the 1-1. Jenna Beck with the line drive grab at first for out number 1. Beautiful catch there by Jenna Beck, making the grab just off the bag at first for out number 1. Now at the plate is Anna Tobin. That one is cut out to Corey Olson in right. Didn't get a good read on it. Corey Olson started to drop back and then realized this one's going to stay up. And that wind blowing in a little bit, so maybe inspired that ball to come up short. Now at the plate is number 3, Anna Cohen. 1 down, runner at first now for Bethlehem Academy. This one fouled into the netting. So an 0-1 count now for Anna Cohen. And this one is swung on and fouled out of play as well. So now 0-2 for Cohen and 1 down, runner at first. Braham trying to get out of the top of the 7th without allowing a run. This one swung on and hit foul off that third base line into the left field. So now 0-2 for Anna Cohen, and Braham with 1 down. Again, Corey Olson missing on an out as it came up short, kind of influenced by the wind here. That one swung on and missed for strike 3 and out number 2, and then the throw down to first is not in time as the runner is back safely in Anna Tobin. So 2 down, runner at first, and it's Morgan Wilson at the plate. This one hit on the ground to Izzy Schockman. Throw on to first in time for out number 3. Well, that'll do it for the top of the 7th. Now the Bombers just need 1 run here in the bottom of the 7th to win this game. Otherwise, we're headed to extra innings. So we'll have to wait and see if Braham is able to get the 1 run needed to get the victory, or if we're headed to extra. So this game on Nice 95.5 KBEK. Game day going out here at Caswell Park in Mankato, Minnesota, as we get ready to see what the Braham Bombers can do in the bottom of the 7th. Again, they need just 1 run to get the win here in the Class Single A 3rd place game. 1 run would win it for Braham here in the bottom of the 7th. Leading it off, looks like it's going to be Avery Johnson who will come in and lead it off for the Bombers. Johnson usually comes in a pinch hit situation, and she'll do so here. As we prepare, bottom of the 7th has come upon us. Here we go, everybody getting into position. Coach Swanson gives a fist bump of encouragement to Avery Johnson. Here we go. Hoping Avery Johnson can't not only get a runner on base, but maybe into scoring position here as the leadoff batter. Bottom of the 7th, here we go. Swing and miss there for Johnson. And it'll be strike 1. 0-1 count now for Johnson. Wilson with the pitch. That one's in there, strike 2. So no balls, 2 strikes for Avery Johnson, and trying to get the leadoff runner on. Here's the pitch. That's high, and that'll be ball 1. 1 ball, 2 strikes now for Avery Johnson as Wilson wastes one there. Here's the 1-2. That's low. That'll even up the count. 2 balls, 2 strikes for Avery Johnson. And the 2-2 pitch. And just missing with that one. And that will run the count full. 3 balls, 2 strikes for Avery Johnson. Wow. Patient at bat here for Johnson. Morgan Wilson readying. Here's the 3-2 pitch. Johnson gets a piece of it right into the glove of Wilson. Underhands to first in time for out number 1. 1 down here for the Bombers, and headed to the plate is number 2, Olivia Keys. He's at the plate. Here's the pitch. Gives this one a ride just under the third baseman's glove, and Keys is on with a 1-out base hit. Olivia Keys reaches on the infield single, and the Bombers have the game-winning run at first, which would be huge because if Addie White is able to get on, you've got Morgan Rysdam who's on deck, and we all know how clutch she's been, especially in the playoffs. Here's the pitch to White. Swings and misses on that one for strike 1. A 1 count for Addie White. Here's the pitch from Wilson. Showing bunt, missing on the bunt. For strike 2. And now White is going to have to swing away here. 2 strikes. Runner at first, 1 down. Bottom of the 7th, no score. Here's the pitch. White gave it a ride into the netting for a foul ball. So count stays 0-2 for Addie White. Runner at first, 1 down. Here's the pitch. Got a piece of it. She just did get a piece of it for a foul as it was dropped by the catcher. No balls, 2 strikes still for Addie White, staying alive. Trying to put another runner on here for Morgan Rysdam. Here's the pitch from Wilson. Got a piece of it again, did White. So she will once again stay alive. 0-2. Addie White just trying to put one in play, advance the runner into scoring position. And again, Morgan Rysdam on that on-deck circle. Here's the pitch. Oh, and White swung on that one and got super confused by that pitch and kind of a half-hearted swing there for out number 2. So now Morgan Rysdam to the plate, though, and if there's someone you want at the plate in this spot, it is Rysdam. Oh, well out in front of that one, though, and she's not pleased with herself. She knows she wants that one back. 0-1 now. Here's the count for Rysdam. Again, if there's not a run that's able to be crossed, we're headed into extra. Here's the pitch from Wilson. Rysdam again missing on that one. A little bit of upset with herself with that one and maybe needs just a timeout to kind of corral herself and get back to Morgan Rysdam. Here's the 0-2, though, from Wilson. That one a soft hit to short. Throw on to first. Not in time! And it's an infield single for Morgan Rysdam. Runners at first and second, 2 down. Bombers still with a chance to win it here in the bottom of the 7th. It's going to be Lauren Lenez. She hit the game-winning single yesterday against Wabasso. Can she do it again for 3rd in Class Single A? Here's the pitch. Swing and miss on that one from Lenez. So 0-1 now for Lenez, 2 down. Runners at first and second for Braham. Still a chance to score that run. Here's the pitch. That one swung on and fouled into the netting. So 0-2 now for Lauren Lenez. Wilson readies, and can Lenez again get that base hit that Braham needs? Here's the pitch. That one right at the first baseman, and she'll step on the bag for out number 3. Well, they got close, but not close enough. And we're moving on to extra innings here in the Class A 3rd place game between the Bethlehem Academy Cardinals and your Braham Bombers. We'll head to the 8th. But first, quick word from our fine sponsors.
Embrace Orthodontics offers a unique, specialized approach to orthodontic treatment with custom braces or Invisalign. The team at Embrace loves getting to know their patients personally and takes the time to make sure all your questions are answered. Their board-certified orthodontists use only the latest in modern technology to give you the best outcome possible. They work with your insurance company and offer flexible financing options to fit your budget. Call today to set up your free exam and see how Embrace Orthodontics can transform your smile. More online at embracemn.com. That's embracemn.com.
Back here on Nice 95.5 KBEK. Braham Bombers, Bethlehem Academy Cardinals tied at 0 into extra innings for this Class A 3rd place game. Leading off for the Cardinals is 18, Olivia Glumack. Here's the pitch. Swung on. Shockman at short. Throw on to first. No. Going to be dropped by Beck. That was a tough play anyways. But it is going to be, I don't know if that'd be counted as an infield single or not. I think it would. Now to the plate, Sarah Tobin. Morgan Rysdam, the pitch. It's high for ball 1. Rysdam with the 1-0, and that one's going to stay high again for ball 2. 2 balls, no strikes here now to Sarah Tobin. Runner at first, nobody out. For the Bombers, it is key here to not allow a run because, I mean, that could do it. Now 3-0 here for Sarah Tobin, and all of a sudden Alex Rysdam needs to put a few over the plate. Runner at first, nobody out. Pitch from Rysdam. That's in there, strike one. So count moves 3 balls, 1 strike for Alex Rysdam. That one swung on. That's going to get to the gap, and it's down. The throw, they could still get her out at second. Nobody there, though. They could have got the runner out at second. She was kind of staying in between just because it was popped up, and there was a chance for it to be caught, and no one was at second. So a bit of an error there by the infielders on the lineups, just because the throw would have. Well, I think the reason why it was off the mark is Corey Olson saw no one was there. So a big mistake here by Braham. Puts runners at first and second for the Cardinals and nobody out. Caldera at the plate, bunts foul. And that'll be strike one. Man, a big kerfuffle there for Braham. Now puts them in a tough spot here. Showing bunt again, but this one foul again. And it's going to move the count 0-2 now for Caldera. And all of a sudden, can't bunt. You got to swing away. Here's the pitch from Rysdam. Low. And throw down to third in time. They got her out at third. Or yes, no, maybe so. Or did she drop it? No. Yes, she's out. So she's out at third on the tag. The ball got away from Morgan Rysdam on the pitch. And then the runner from second went to third. And the throw down, Lenez applied the tag. She didn't mean to get run over, but got run over a little bit. And that is out number one. So one down now for the Cardinals. Having a conversation there at third about the out. Not in a great spot to see the conversation or the third base umpire. Now head coach Swanson comes out to talk about something here. Got a few conversations happening. Now all 3 umpires will come together. Well, not really quite sure what's going on. Lenez did not drop the ball, I know that. I did not see that neon yellow ball on the ground after it went to her glove. The only question was the tag applied in time, which I thought it was, but again, not a great angle for us to see. We've got a pause in the action. Are they going to call her safe now? Are they, what's going on? Oh, they called her safe. Oh, good grief. What in the world? Are you kidding? No. So she's still out? I don't know. No one knows really what's going on right now. So she's still out at third. It's a 2-2 count for Caldera. Runner at second. And again, the Cardinals head coach wants a word with the umpire behind the plate. I wasn't really quite sure what was going on. Well, either way, we're going to get back to action here. Caldera with a 2-2 count. One down, runner at second. Rysdam with the pitch, swung on and fouled back. And the count remains 2 balls, 2 strikes for Caldera. Pitch from Rysdam, again fouled into the netting. And keeps the count, 2 balls, 2 strikes. Rysdam readies with the payoff pitch. Got her swinging. It does stay fair. Throw down to first is in time. And that runner got a little bit of a lead there going past third. She circles back and is safe on the dive. But 2 down now after the throw down to first. Runner at third. Top of the 8th. And the Bombers just look for 1 more out and try and get their offense going. Lippert comes to the plate now for the Cardinals. Top of the 8th, 2 down, runner at third. Braham looking for 1 final out here. This one's high for ball 1 from Alex Rysdam. As this one a strike, so 1-1 now. Pitch from Rysdam is in there. Got her swinging for strike 2. This one is hit right back to Rysdam. The throw to first in time for out number 3. And the Bombers get out of a little bit of a jam that they were in and get themselves down to the bottom of the 8th with yet another chance to get that game-winning run. So the Bombers now move to the bottom of the 8th inning, and their offense has yet another chance to get the game-winning run. All they need is 1, but it's been a hard one to get here in this game in the Class A third-place game between Bethlehem Academy and Braham. We'll get a quick 30-second break.
Whether you're trying to stay loose or just trying to tweak your swing, here's the pitch in North Branch of the area's premier batting cage. Get in for some swing time with their top-of-the-line pitching machines, or bring the whole team to the 4,000 square foot practice space. Here's the pitch in North Branch, air-conditioned, top of the line, local. Find Here's the Pitch off I-35 in the North Branch outlets.
One of our few great many great sponsors. And Corey Olson, the leadoff batter, swings and misses at a pitch she probably shouldn't have swung at. She got a piece of that one, fouls it back. Oh-2 count for Corey Olson, the leadoff batter here for Braham. Just trying to get on base. That's all they need. That one outside for ball 1. Good eye there from Corey Olson. Not giving in to the changeup. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss by Olson, and that's out number 1. Bottom of the 8th. Again, Bombers need 1 run to get the victory. As now coming to the plate is Ayla Anderson. Anderson gives this one a swing, but just fouls it back. Or excuse me, Jenna Beck, rather. Thought it was Jenna, but I wasn't sure. Couldn't quite see the 9. And just did get a piece of that one for strike 2 as it goes foul. Oh-2 now for Beck. Here's the pitch. Out in front of it and missing for strike 3. Now Braham certainly going to have to be a little bit more disciplined at the plate here. It's not been pretty the last couple innings. Going to have to be a little bit more disciplined. And now to plate Alex Rysdam. Again, they just need 1, do the Bombers, and haven't been able to get much going offensively. Cardinals, however, have. That's going to be 0-1 as she watches that one go by. Oh-1, and the pitch. Gave this one a ride to short. Throw on to first in time for the third out. So the Bombers can't get it done in the 8th. We move to the 9th inning here in the third place game for Class A. Take a quick commercial break.
Minnesota Twins baseball.
Twins 2, Blue Jays nothing, 9th inning. The 0-2 to Varsho. He struck him out! Twins win! Twins
Every
win!
hit, home run, or strikeout on the boat, on the lawnmower, or at work, all the action is right here.
This is Royce Lewis. This is Ryan Jeffers. Hey, Twins fans, this is Rocco Baldelli. You can catch Twins baseball all season long right here.
The Twins!
On Cool Country 100.9 WCMP.
Back here on Nice 95.5 KBEK. Yes, all Twins games all season long can be heard over on 100.9 FM WCMP. And you can also catch a chance to win some Saints tickets every Friday morning during the morning shows, whether that be on this station, 95.5 FM with Adam Hefty or Joshua Miron on 100.9. You can get your chance to win Saints tickets every Friday morning during the morning shows. So tune in tomorrow during the morning shows for your chance to win a pair of Saints tickets. Rabel. We're just going to call it Quinlan Ray. At the plate to lead off for the Cardinals. She watches this one for, I think, ball 1. This one's swing and miss. So now a 1-1. Alex Rysdam and company trying to make it a quick 1-2-3. That's a swing and miss for strike 2. Good looking pitch there from Alex Rysdam on that rising fastball. 1-2 count. Pitch from Rysdam. Swung on and missed for strike 3 and out number 1. Definitely needed that, did the Bombers. Now at the plate, 23, Nunez. And she looks at that one for her ball 1. Next pitch from Rysdam, swing and miss. And a 1-1 count. That one hit just past. That's going to get by. Kunke with the stop, but it is going to allow her to reach. So Nunez with a infield single. A slow roller. Ava Kunke just did get to it to keep it on the infield dirt, but she does reach first. And I think they're going to get a courtesy runner there at first. Well, the Cardinals. That'll be Shea Hansen. So Hansen will be the courtesy runner at first. And coming to the plate now is Anna Tobin. 1 on, 1 out for the Cardinals. And again, Braham trying to get out of the top of the 9th so their offense can score that game-winning run, but it has just been hard to come by. First pitch, swung on. That's going to do a lot of good for Bethlehem Academy. Not so much for Braham, as that is another single and puts runners at first and second with 1 down. Now at the plate will be Anna Cohen. And only 1 down. Braham, unfortunately, they haven't played bad defensively. It's been pretty good hits from Bethlehem Academy, but unfortunately, their offense just hasn't matched the defense and how well they've played. Here's the pitch from Rysdam. It's a bunt. She's not going to get there. She's safe. It loads the bases. I'll give her credit. It was a good bunt. And now Morgan Wilson at the plate. She'll obviously be swinging here, and the infield's in, and I don't like them being in at this point. I think you need to be back. I don't think she's going to bunt because it's an easy out at home, So in my opinion, you go back. This one is in there for strike one to Wilson. Yeah, I don't think we'd see bunt here just because you got home plate as an out. So I think I'd be playing back if I was the infield. That's good. That's going to score 1, 2. And that'll hold the runner at third. Well, that could do it, ladies and gentlemen. 2 runs have scored for the Cardinals, and with the runs just so hard to come by, that could be the game-winning runs right there. 2 RBI single from Wilson. Yeah, I didn't think she was going to bunt. And at the plate now, Olivia Glumack. We'll get another courtesy run here. Dreyer over at first for Wilson. Still only 1 down. But Bombers will have the bottom of this inning to try and get 2 runs back. And again, Glumack at the plate. Showing bunt. That rolls foul down the third base line. Nice job by Lenez to just let that one roll. Not over yet, folks. They still have the bottom of the ninth to get some run back to the Bombers. Showing bunt, pulls back, and it's going to be ball 1, I believe. This one in there for a strike. So 1-2 count now for Glumack, and Rysdam with the pitch, swing and miss for out number 2. 2 down now, runners still at the corners for the Cardinals. Sarah Tobin to the plate. That one inside for ball 1 to Sarah Tobin. That one outside for ball 2. 2-0 count for Sarah Tobin. That one inside, and that's ball 3. Again, walk isn't the worst thing in the world here. It wouldn't hurt a lot, but it would be less than ideal. Going to get a timeout called by Becky Swanson, head coach of the Braham Bombers. She's going to take a walk and talk to Alex Rysdam and company on how to finish off this top of the ninth. And then they need offense to get going if they want a chance. So that meeting in the circle is over. Everybody back. It's a 3-0 count here for Sarah Tobin. 2 down, runners at the corners for Bethlehem Academy. Here's the pitch. Well, they're going to pop it up. Surprising that she swung 3-0, and it's caught by Jenna Beck for out number 3. Should be anyways. Yeah, that's out 3. That's out number 3. What are we doing? That's out. That's out number. What were we doing? There were 3 outs. I don't know what the heck that was, but either way, I guess we'll move to the bottom of the ninth after a weird something happening. I'm not quite sure what that was. I'm not quite sure. So 4 outs the Bombers got to end that inning. Do they get an extra out now? Well, we're down to the last 3 outs for Braham. They need 2 runs to push this to another extra inning, 3 to win it. Meanwhile, over on 100.9 FM, Twins down to the Athletics 4-0. Here we go. Leading it off is Izzy Schockman for the Bombers. This one, that's a good hit. That's a good leadoff hit for the Bombers. And Izzy Schockman, leadoff base hit. And now the game time run at the plate in Avery Johnson. So here we go, Braham trying to tie this game up. The game time run is at the plate. Game winning runs in the on-deck circle. That one. Uh-oh, they got her out. Not a good jump from Schockman, and they throw her out at second. Well, that could possibly do it. We'll wait and see, but that ruins any and all chance. Not yet. There's still a chance, but Avery Johnson with a 1-0 count. Now looks at 2-0. You know, if she could, if she hits one just past the third baseman, that's going to roll a ways, but easier again said than done. That's in there for strike one. Two balls, one strike for Avery Johnson. Game time run now in the on-deck circle. Swings and misses for strike two. Two for Johnson. Here's the pitch. That's ball three. It will run the count full now for Avery Johnson, and she just looks to get on base. Swings and misses out two. Braham is down to their final out of this third place game. And at the plate is Olivia Keys, then Addie White, and then Morgan Rysdam. Addie White is the game tying run. Morgan Rysdam would be the game winner. Going to be extra hard with two down. Here we go. Keys got a piece of that one to foul it back. Catcher quickly has a word with her team, and Keys with an 0-1 count. Here's the pitch. She got a piece of it. Shortstop makes the stop. Throw on to first is not going to be in time. And Olivia Keys beats it out for an infield single. Game time run at the plate. Game winning run is in the on-deck circle, which would be Morgan Rysdam. Come on, Bombers. Let's get this. Let's get on base here. Addie White. Outside for ball one. Ball no strikes to Addie White. Runner at first is Olivia Keys. This one again to short. Throw on to first in time, and that's it. Well, that's going to do it. Bombers will fall here to the Cardinals of Bethlehem Academy 2-0. So we're going to take a commercial break. We'll come back and have a post game for both this Braham game and the Chisago Lakes game as you're listening to State Tournament Softball here on Nice 95.5 KBEK.
A Lennox air source heat pump is a high-efficiency air conditioning unit that can also heat your home or business during the spring and fall. It's more economical than heating with propane. Have Dale's Heating and Appliance install your Lennox air source heat pump. Ask Dale's how you can receive up to $1,000 in rebates for your air source heat pump system. And ductless mini splits also qualify for up to $1,000. Visit dalesheatingandappliance.com. Conditions apply. See dealer for details.
The mushroom melt is back at A&W. How does this sound? Sautéed seasoned mushrooms and onions with melted Swiss cheese on your choice of a juicy burger or grilled chicken. Then add golden French fries and a medium soft drink. It's the mushroom melt and fries combo at A&W. Now, top it off with a classic A&W root beer float featuring vanilla soft serve and made fresh root beer, all in a frosty mug. Or how about the A&W root beer freeze? Signature combos and delicious treats always at your local A&W restaurant in Pine City.
Aurelius Manufacturing has been providing innovative solutions to customers since 1926. Specializing in the production of custom welded hydraulic cylinders for over 40 years, our focus is on providing value to customers through innovative problem solving, quality workmanship, and customer service. Our team works with your team to develop designs that provide the most value for your application. We leverage technology and craftsmanship, turning designs into finished products quickly and accurately. Aurelius Manufacturing is a proud sponsor of the Braham Bombers.
You gotta stop somewhere, so make a stop into the Holiday Station store in Pine City and start saving. Right now, get Red Bull 8.4 ounces, 3 for $6.50. Pringles are 2 for $5 and save $2 on 7th Avenue Pizza when you buy 2. Plus, introducing Lucky Days, Tuesdays and Thursdays. Mention to the cashier, it's your lucky day, and get free items and discounts on drinks and fuel. Whoa! Keep an eye on social media to learn more. Better get into the Freeway Holiday Station store in Pine City.
Need a prescription or medication advice? Wellia Health's community pharmacies in Mora and Pine City are open Monday through Friday from 8:30 a.m. to 6 p.m. and on Saturdays from 8 a.m. to 1:30 p.m. Our friendly pharmacists are here to answer your questions and to help with prescription transfers. Call us at Pine City 320-322-5141 or Mora 320-679-3999 or visit welliahealth.org.
Back here on Nice 95.5 KBEK, the Bombers fall to the Cardinals of Bethlehem Academy 2-0. We're going to take a look at the post game for both games, as we didn't get a chance to look at Chisago Lakes because we had to come right over here to Braham's game. That was already in the fourth, believe it or not. But looking at Chisago Lakes game, that was a close one. That game, man, it was back and forth. But the Wildcats got a run there in the sixth, and we're up 1-0. But Mankato East came back to score 2 runs in the sixth via an error. An error scored those 2 runs on a throw-in, and the Wildcats could not get anything going in the seventh. They got a hit, but just not enough there as they fall in their third-place game to Mankato East 2-1, and Chisago Lakes takes third in the state Class 3A. For Braham, it was a tough outing. No offense really to speak of, except for late in this one in the ninth, the top of the ninth, the Cardinals got things going, and a couple of big hits allowed those runs to cross, and Braham's offense just really could not get going in this game at all. I thought they needed to be a little bit more selective at the plate, a little bit more disciplined at what they were swinging at. Unfortunately, because of the situation they were in, they had to swing at more things than they wanted to, and that led to some swinging at really bad pitches, unfortunately. And again, the situation kind of called for them to swing at some of these pitches, but again, this is something they'll learn from, and they have to bring into next year and say, hey, all right, this is a spot that we did not do well last year in this game, and now we know that we need to improve on this. So I think just being a little bit more disciplined at the plate would have helped them in a big way here in this one. But they do fall to Bethlehem Academy, but they take fourth in Class A softball. Not easy to do. There are 8 teams that get here, and you take fourth out of all those teams. That is pretty darn impressive. So for Braham, it doesn't end the way they would have liked to, but they take fourth in Class A softball. Same for Chisago Lakes. Not the way they would have liked to end, but fourth in Class 3A softball, losing to Mankato East 2-1. That's going to do it for us, ladies and gentlemen, down at the state tournament here in Mankato at Caswell Park. We appreciate you all for tuning in. It means a lot to us, and because you tune in, well, I get to have a job to do, so I appreciate that. And also want to give a huge shout-out to all of our fine sponsors for sponsoring not only this, but all the other broadcasts, whether it be spring, summer, winter, fall. We appreciate all of our fine sponsors for the sponsorship of this station. It allows us to be able to be out here at the state tournament. Again, if you want more info on local sports, stay tuned to the morning show here on KBEK at 7:30 and 8:30 with Adam Hefty on the Front Porch Morning Show. We'll talk this game, all the other games going on in our local listening area, plus regional and national sports. And now that local sports are done for the year, well, we've got mainly regional sports to talk about. So Not a ton of local things to talk about anymore besides a little bit of town ball, but that'll be pretty much it for local sports that we'll talk about. But stay tuned to the morning show anyway, just because Adam Hefty is a great morning show host. Again, you can also stay tuned to our website at kbk.com. Go to the broadcast schedule or to the sports tab, then click on the broadcast schedule. That's where you'll find all the links for all the games that we'll be covering that upcoming week. It'll be updated every Monday afternoon, but stay tuned because that is subject to change. Also on our websites, we'll have articles from games that we've been at, interviews with players and coaches. Another way you can stay tuned is our social medias, our Facebook page and Instagram for this station, plus our Twitter at WCMP Radio for all things local sports. Breaking sports news, LOI signings, broken records, games that will be at, articles, and much, much more on our social media. So be sure to like, subscribe, follow, do whatever you got to do to our social media to stay tuned to all things local sports. Also, if you're listening to this on our YouTube, be sure to like and subscribe to that. If you hit that red subscribe button, you'll get a notification every time we go live, and all you have to do is click that notification. It will take you right to the live audio. Again, the final here for these two games. Chisago Lakes fell to Mankato East 2-1 in their third-place game. Braham falls to Bethlehem Academy in their third-place game 2-0. Again, thank you all for tuning in. Remember to be kind to everyone. You never know what someone is going through, and your kindness could truly make their day. For Nice 95.5 FM, I am Ethan Game Day Gilman. Thanks so much for tuning in. Have a great rest of your afternoon.